Hello, beautiful bastards. The name is Wolf, and welcome to Asgard Fall Origins. Brand new action roguelike that we're going to be checking out with a Nordic aesthetic, and I'm a big fan of a Nordic aesthetic, so I'm excited to check it out a little bit more. Yes, we do have meta progression. I always check out if there is meta progressions in games like these, in action roguelikes. And it looks like the meta progression in this game so far, as this is a demo, is bound to the type of damage that you may prefer, as well as a defensive tree, which gives you things like dash and such, as well as a utility tree, which gives you movement speed and experience gain and such. So that seemed to be the universal with a lot of damage-specific ones. We can increase the difficulty if we wanted to, but yes, it is a demo. It is free to play on Steam if you want to check it out. So as you can see, we have the basic move, the basic dash, and the basic stats. Lots of stats. It is auto-fire. We can aim. There's no auto-aim as far as I can tell as of yet, but there is auto-fire, so you have to pay a little attention to whom you're slashing at. And the starting distance is a little problematic if you want to do a damageless run. But speaking of damage, we get our first ability on our second level right here, level 2. We have Skadi's Ice Arrow, which I don't find like it's a mortar type of thing. I'm not a big fan. Ice Nova speaks for itself. Thor's Hammer. Throws Thor's hammer towards your cursor position and returns it back to you. Well, I am a sucker for lightning, and I do like chill as well. So let's do chill. As you can see, we have the immediate ability at the bottom right there, which will facilitate, of course, the cooldowns, which we can decrease, as well as some basic information about the ability itself if you hover over it. We're about to level up again. These red things are the experience and currency, because when you level up, you can choose your carving. Unfortunately, to choose your carving, you have to pay currency, which is the experience you pick up, right? You can skip it if you don't want to, but you can also reroll if you want better ones. Go from there. I don't like some crit chance, and that's pretty much all we can really afford, because as we go higher, we only have 90, that's 95. As you can see, everything else is too expensive. So we'll do a little bit of crit. There you go, a little bit of crit. Go from there. Very good. Now, what I do not know if it's like continuously a stacking thing. So I guess I have to keep an eye on that. But I believe it's just the way you can build greater attributes. Arctic Assault. Massive pieces of ice drop from the sky and detonate on random locations. We're doing an ice build, I guess. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Little ice spiky. How cool is that? I'll show myself out. I'll be here all week. Some Valkyrie action coming in. Alright. It's a relatively cute art style, honestly. I don't mind these non-realistic art style. A lot of people seem to be turned off on it. I don't like it, that they are turned off by it, that is. I don't mind the art styles being non-realistic, cartoony, or 8-bit. I enjoy if it makes sense for the aesthetic, right? If everything kind of fits together, and I think it does. Let's see, we have that 7% crit chance here. I'm going to see what we can do. I'm going to get some more health. I think that's very good. Shock chance. Because as you can see, we have shock chance right here. The probability of shocking the target, increasing the damage they take. Pretty good. Let's do 160. Let's go. So now, as you can see, we still have the crit chance. So the stats stay. But you do need to pick up the money. The golden apples are health. I think that speaks for itself. Let's take out those Valkyries. Oh, okay. Those ice detonation things are doing work. I don't like the lack of my melee range, so we have to fix that. With some big boars coming in. Alright, there you go. Some rares popping up as well. Thor's Wrath. Rapidly whirl your sword around. Fenrir Claws. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, this is physical lightning. You can see which talent tree as well is connected to it, right? We're going with a Colt. Ymir's Breath. Ah, yes. One of the jump starters of the Nordic legends. Good old ice giant. Alright, or Jotun, I suppose, is the more accurate description. Alright, let's go. I'm taking a little bit of damage. I'm being a little too greedy as I try to pick up what I am owed. Alright, as you can see, also the world becomes more difficult over time. More enemies will spawn. More special enemies will spawn. The environment starts to hate on you. Speaking of the world becoming more difficult, it's just like real life. Although in the real world, we have inflation. All right. Let's move through. I only have 1 dash right now because the defensive tree does have a +1 dash. You can also carve or level up into a +1 dash, but we don't have that right now. All right. The breath is doing work. I'm loving this cold stuff. It is creating some Oh, here's the dash amount. There you go. Look, crit chance, dash amount. Let's do a crit multiplier. And then we could do a reroll, but it rerolls everything. And we're doing a cold build, so I'm just going to do this. And then hope that my ice skills can actually crit. Because I do see crits happen. Oh, yes, they can. Because sometimes in games like these, there's like spell crit and there's like melee crit or physical crit, right? So I just wanted to make sure. But yes, it does seem to work. I haven't seen my breath crit yet. Wonder why that is. Do we see a breath crit? A little bit, yeah. The numbers are small, but it's like many smaller numbers. Ah, yes. Very good. We're just going to keep walking around in circles. As far as I can tell, there's no real different levels that you go through like you would most likely see in games like these. But yeah, it's a demo, right? I'm sure that if they keep building this game out, it might have more levels because there's so much rich mythology that they can pull from if you do a Nordic inspired game, right? I mean, if you look at any kind of like mythos inspired game, let's take a quick look. We could do increase the ability damage modifier by 30. Let's do it. Okay. If you look at like, let's say the Greek mythologies with, oh no, the name escapes me. Things like Hades and such, right? Well, there's a lot to draw from. So with the Nordic backing of the aesthetic right here and the inspiration, there's so much they can pull from. I also have seen minion builds already happening as well. Of course, the ravens. I haven't seen any wolves yet, aside from Fenrir, of course. No love for Scotty. Is it Scotty? Or Skull? No, Skull's cheers. There's 2 wolves that push or that chase the moon and the sun. The name escapes me. I believe they are the children of Fenrir, if memory serves. I'm really bad with names, if you might have noticed. Let's do core crit chance, a little bit of max health. Let's go. I'm going to become a tanky boy. You do no damage if your health is 0, after all. Let's see. I think it's like Hati. Now, the name escapes me. But yes. Hopefully, we can maybe see some minion builds with those. Because they do have the Odin's Ravens. I believe those are Mugen and... Again, I'm really bad with names. I think it's like thought and memory it translates into. But yes. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff, so... I always keep an eye out for anything Nordic inspired, just in case it's gonna become really, really good. Alright, come on. Ooh, nice hit there in the middle. Like, there's so much value there in the middle, but how are we gonna get that without invincibility or something? We have to kite them out, I guess. So I guess we're gonna just kite them out, and... Well, the pickup range that we have, even though we took a point in utility for pickup range, not a whole lot. Ooh, Glacial Sunder. New ability. Let's go. So now we have Sunders from the front, Sunders from the back. I'm the guy your mom warned you about. Alright. Come on. I'm just going to go for it. You know, you only live once. It's fine. You only live once. Until you respawn, I suppose. Oh. Did I not have a second dash? Hold on. There's no dash counter on the screen, so yeah, I do have 2 dashes, but you only see a respawn for 1. Because yeah, if you try to spawn or if you try to dash after that disappears, it's not there. So it looks like there's a little dash issue there. Nothing too big to worry about. The elite wave is coming. What do you mean the elite wave is coming? This wasn't the elite wave yet? Okay, attack speed. I might consider that, considering it also reduces the ability cooldowns, which is very good. But that's the only thing that's here. I'm going to do a quick dirty reroll. Attack speed, chill chance. Chill's not too shabby, because it does remove their ability to chase me as effectively, but I think we can do better. Dodge chance, attack speed, armor. You know what? We'll just do that. Ignite is fire damage. You know what? I need everything I can get. This is now a frost fire build. We're playing World of Warcraft. Alright. A lot of elites. We can still freeze them, so that's pretty good. That will be our saving grace. I certainly hope. Alright. Oh, come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'm trying to sneak in as much experience as I can for another cheeky level up. Just in the attempt of maybe pushing out a victory right here. But there's so many elites and we have so little damage right now. Gunga. The spear. I think that's... Is that Odin's spear? Made from the... Yggdrasil. Increase the ability spawn count by 1. Ooh. That's for the Glacial Sunder. So it has an additional spike. Or Arctic Assault, so it drops more stuff. Let's do that. Let's drop more from the skies below. Now, luckily enough, we can recognize the ability icon. Perhaps it would be wise to have some information right here if you hover over it for the sake of knowing that it is indeed affecting that more clearly. The tooltip is a little lacking here. But once again, it's a very simplistic style and it's a demo. So, you know, I'm sure that it will improve upon that. And I am very critical, perhaps overly critical, of games and their tooltips. Because I like to know how things work, and I don't want to go into a third-party system or website or program to be able to deduce that, right? It's one of my biggest criticisms of games like Path of Exile that I thoroughly enjoy occasionally. Where you have to like go to a wiki, and you have to get a program, and you have to get this and that to be able to play the game effectively for what should be information that is readily available in the game, right? Like, how does a thing work? That should be available in a game, I think. But yeah, it's always a bit of a battle, isn't it? Like clarity versus information. Because you don't want to overload the player, especially a new player with like too much information. Although I don't think that Path of Exile really is a problem with that, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just talking in general. But yes, it's not easy. Which is why I like options like advanced tooltips, so you can opt in to being overwhelmed, which is a lot more kinder to one's mind than being forced into it, I suppose, isn't it? Alright. Let's see. So yeah, maybe there is some information that I'm just missing. That's also a very possible thing, right? Maybe it's there, but maybe I'm just wrong. Because I can deduce which ability is going to get it because of the icons and so, but there's no like visual text right now in the midst of a game that says we got +1, you know, something. +1 extra projectile or anything. Dash amount 2. I do like that, but there's nothing else good there. Collecting radius, armor, elemental resistance. Let's do an ignite chance. Why not? Frostfire. Well, World of Warcraft mages right here. There's an apple there. A golden apple. Alright. The apples that give the gods their eternal life. Because that has never been done before in creation myths. Ever. Don't mind the small criticism of what came before. Alright, let's just look at the dense XP gain. Oh, there's an apple hiding there. A little shy apple right there. Alright, that's why the apples are red sometimes, you know, they're just shy. It's why they taste so sweet. Do red apples taste sweeter than green apples? I just know that I prefer a red apple over a green apple. Whirl Slash. Giants to Fire Nova. I wonder if there's another ability. We do get upgrades. Another ability for Glacial Sunder. Yeah, another ability spawn for Thimbolter's Chill. Which is interesting. A Frost Nova. I wonder what it means with ability spawn count by 1 on what should be a AoE around us. I'm going to check that out. Do we just have like a double... Wait, what was that? Was that a double circle? I'm trying to... Yeah, it is a double circle, but it already... It already freezes on the first. So I guess it's just like a little bit more damned. Because it gets like maybe a double hit. Or maybe if somebody has some kind of a resistance, it's a greater chance to actually freeze them. Not sure if I like the effectiveness or lack thereof of that. Or maybe I'm just missing something. I mean, a double hit does or would imply the ability of applying additional on-hit effects, which is always good in games like these if you have the right scales for it. Let me just quickly sneak in a little bit of XP there. Oh, I did it. I walked into the enemy that I froze. That was on me. That was entirely and fully on me. Look at that. Arctic Assault doing a lot of damage, and then Thimbolter's Shield not doing a whole lot. Because that was the AoE, right? The Frost Nova. Breath doing okay, Glacial Thunder doing okay, considering our Sword Slash is only 3. It's not bad. And get some levels up, each level, of course, representing a point. There you go, Asgard Fall. It is on Steam. You can wishlist it, it's free. But yes, once again, let's quickly take a look at that skill tree, because I love me some meta progression. We do have the physicality of it all, which gives you the ability to also increase your chances to draw a physical ability. And it goes all the way up there to Hemorrhage and Phantom Strikes and Rampage. So it definitely seems like you may want to focus on the physical side of things, considering that's the only tree that seems to be mostly done. Where Ice, not so much. Defense, also not so much. And Utility, not so much. So you probably want to just focus in the demo on physical, which is not bad, because you get the Fenrir claws and such, which are quite lovely. I played around with them before. But getting a little... a little bit more collecting radius, movement speed, not too bad. You can just right click as well, so you're not locked in. So you could just go get the dash, and then I think you're most likely okay. I mean, Study Armor is pretty sick. Yeah, I probably would just take Rune, Study Armor, then just go into Physical Tree for the demo. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. A short and sweet video on this wonderful new addition to the roguelike genre, Asgard Fall Origins. Check it out. I think it could be great. It's a game with another wonderful chance of great potential, but will they deliver? Which I find is the case with so many early access games. So I hope they do. Don't let my Nordic preferences down, developers, or I will find you and I will send Fenrir at you. Catch. Have a good night. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.